What is Bigfoot? A myth? A legend? A hoax? Or a real flesh and blood creature? What about the reported sightings of Bigfoot? They can't all be misidentified animals. And how is it that most Native American cultures have stories about Bigfoot? After 2 separate sightings of a Bigfoot type creature, I needed answers. I have now been researching Bigfoot for over 15 years, and I feel that my journey has just begun.
Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back in my research area, and since I found the thermal hit last week, I have been back out here 3 different times at night looking and not been able to find anything. So I decided I would run out here today and just get a good look at the lake itself, walk around my research area, and see if there's anything that has happened. Now, right now, other than losing a lake somewhere along the way, I haven't seen anything yet, but I haven't been out in the woods yet. This is the other side. Y'all I couldn't even float a toy boat out here, much less my kayak or anything else. So I'm gonna walk around in these woods and see if there's any activity that I can see. And I'm also going to document anything that I find, because we have storms coming in from those hurricanes. Now, we're not going to get the hurricane, but it's forecast that we get a lot of rain from this. So I really want to check and see again if anything different happens with the Bigfoot during all this time. So, fishing to get out there in the woods and start walking. All right. Okay, everybody. One thing I like to do when I come out here and walk this shoreline is have my camera running when I come around this little bend right here, just in case I might startle something or sneak up on it, as it were. Now, I know that I'm not going to sneak up on those Bigfoot, but stranger things have happened. There's a red-tailed hawk. I don't know if you can see him. I'm losing him. In the sunlight, this viewfinder is hard to keep on track. Now, right up the little trail here, or right up the little bank right here, is where I had my first Bigfoot sighting. And it's pretty much within walking distance. Just around that bend, you can see where I was when that happened. But I'm not seeing anything out here today. Not hearing nothing. As a matter of fact, it's eerily quiet out here today. But I'm not going to read nothing into that. cranes. Boy, don't pay much to lose them. Alright, y'all, I'm back up into the woods now. And just scanning the area, looking for any kind of new signs of Bigfoot activity. Right up in here is where I camped a couple of weeks back. And I'm actually considering doing that again. Somebody look at you who cap out here. Thinking about coming out here, spending another night. That little area right there always gets me. It's almost like a natural shelter right there. And it is right near a game trail. But we're walking up through here, back toward the road. Looking for any more bowed over trees, any more uprooted trees, or anything like that that might indicate that a Bigfoot's been through here. And there it is. One more pulled up tree. Where am I at? Okay, there's the root of it. And there it goes, right up through there. And that's fairly new too because it's got green leaves on it still. I'll keep an eye on that one too now. Also, I'm just sitting here listening. All right, now that the lake levels are so low and there's a whole lot more shoreline, it makes sense to me that if a Bigfoot was in this area and needed water, which they do, they'd be getting it from streams like these right here. They're less exposed out here or in here in the woods like this, and it makes a good place where they can just sit and get a cool drink of water and not worry about getting caught and soil. So I always check the creeks now. There are times when the Bigfoot undoubtedly have walked the shoreline because we found footprints, so we know that happens. But right now, I think what they're doing is playing it closer to the chest. They're not going to be out in the open if they can help it. So I check these streams. Alright, this piece of wood has been checked. So now to move on down to on the other side of the road and do that side. See if we happen to find anything. Now, I gotta say, we're getting into a bad time of year for me to be putting out trail cameras because now is the time when hunters start putting out trail cameras to scout their deer hunting locations. So, I'm not putting out my trail cameras because it's also the time when some people wants to steal these things, and although I don't have $100 trail cameras and stuff like that, replacing them gets expensive. So I don't put them out when I know that a lot of people are out there in the woods. I just can't see that. So now it's up to me to just walk around and sit in the woods at night and listen, which I have no problem with that. I enjoy that. But the trail cameras are off the table for a little while, just in case anybody was wondering. We're on the other side of the road and the other side of the woods. I'm gonna walk down here to the lake, check out the shoreline, sort of basically just do what I did a while ago. I will show you the area in which the thermal was caught. I realized the other day that I hadn't shown anybody that yet, but I will show you the area where the thermal was caught, and it was caught right along here. This is the area, somewhere right in here is where the thermal was recorded. But we're going to walk around this little area right here a little bit, and then I'll get back with you. Now right here is that limb that was thrown at me the other night. Well, a couple of weeks back. It don't look like a whole lot has happened to that since it happened. So that's something I wanted to keep an eye out on. Oh, let's get on up here toward the shoreline. All right, y'all. I've made it to the lake part of this little area. Sounds like people pulling in and stopping right near my van. I don't like that. But I walked around the woods a little bit. Got a good sweat going. I'm just gonna walk the shoreline back up and see if I find any footprints or anything. There's plenty of shoreline lately. So I'm gonna walk it back up, around to the bridge, and then back up to the road and to the van. And get back with you in a moment. All right, y'all, I'm back at the bridge. Just gonna walk up to the road and onto the van. There wasn't nothing on these shorelines other than a bunch of deer tracks and look like raccoon tracks. So, if there's a Bigfoot out there, he's staying in the woods, which I can't blame him. But, hey, here's a thought. If I can get 15 likes on this video, I'll do an overnight camp out here. I'll bring out all my cameras and I'll videotape the whole thing and make another video out of that. But I need to get 15 likes within the next 2 weeks, and I'll do it. Next week, I'll be gone. Nowhere in the area. So, I won't be able to do anything next week about it. But if I get 15 likes within the next week after posting this video, I will do an overnight camp out here in a hammock with all my cameras and thermal.
Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe.
And tell your friends.
Also find us on Facebook, Alabama Georgia Bigfoot Research Group.